Starting an Amazon business at the wrong time in your life can mean setting yourself up for a lot of stress financially and from a time management perspective. So in this video, I'll be talking about the biggest reasons why you might want to avoid starting your first Amazon business right now. And I'll also be going over how you can better gauge when the right time to start is in the context of your own life. If you're new to this channel, my name's Michael, and I'm a six-figure-a-year Amazon seller who started selling products last year. And it's my goal with this channel to provide you with as much value as I can with the most up-to-date tips and tactics on starting your first Amazon business successfully. So let's get started. Reason number one might sound obvious, but it's that you don't have enough money saved up. Starting a business is a financial risk, but what most people run into when running a business on Amazon, as opposed to something like a dropshipping business, is that a lot of your expenses happen up front. And this is going to include things like buying your inventory, designing your logo, getting professional images taken, and this stuff adds up pretty quickly. When running a business on Amazon, to unlock Amazon's 2-day Prime delivery, you need to be part of Amazon's FBA program. And basically, the FBA program requires you to send your inventory to the Amazon warehouse before you can even start making any sales. So what does this mean? Basically, that means that you're going to be putting up at least a few $1,000s up front before you see any of that money come back through Amazon sales. And a lot of times, this can end up being several months to account for the time of inventory production, shipping, and Amazon processing. So remember to pay special attention to your budget before you start. Always remember to calculate and set aside money for your necessities like rent, food, and transportation each month before making a commitment to fund a business with your own savings. And it's best to have a rainy day fund of at least a couple months worth of expenses, just to give you a little bit of cushion to work with. If you don't currently have enough money set aside, one of my personal favorite ways to save money without needing to think about it is to create an automatic deposit into a high yield savings account each month. And basically, what this is going to do is help you get closer to funding your Amazon business without needing to make manual cash transfers every time you want to save. And as a bonus, high-yield savings accounts pay you a little bit of money for each dollar that you put into one, so it beats having your money just sitting idly like in a checking account. And if you're interested in a high-yield savings account, the one that I personally use is Marcus, and I'll leave a link in the description down below. The second big reason to avoid starting an Amazon business is because you have a big life event coming up, whether it's buying a home, having a kid, or even getting married. Now, these are great examples of big and often expensive life events that require a lot of your time, dollars, and mental energy. So be careful when investing thousands of dollars into an online business when there are more important things to set your money aside for, especially at that time. If starting an Amazon business right now means that you'll need to sacrifice areas of your family life or relationship, I'd strongly urge you to take a step back and think about your timing. Sourcing and launching a product from scratch takes a good amount of work, and focusing on your Amazon product instead of important milestones in your life is a pretty sad way to miss out. So my recommendation is to take some time to think about your goals and your timeline for the next several months before jumping in with both feet. And try your best to budget out the different areas of your life so you can make sure you're not dipping into the savings that were meant for something else entirely. It would be the absolute worst to find your dream home just to realize that you can't pay the down payment because your cash is tied up in Amazon inventory. And finally, remember that Amazon will be there in a few months. So focus on making the people in your life happy, especially when they're relying on you. And that gets me into time commitment. Reason number 3 is that you're looking for truly passive income. Now, you've probably seen Amazon videos out there where the word passive income is used all the time. And while sure, you're able to operate your business from anywhere in the world, the process of launching a product will require a decent amount of effort and organization, especially in the first 3 months while you get your product sourced and while you prepare your listing. Making the commitment to start your business and spending thousands of dollars on inventory just to lose focus and get too busy afterward is an easy way to lose a bunch of money. So make sure you're genuinely being honest with yourself before you decide to start investing your own money into the business. Once you order your products from your manufacturer, from then on, there are really no excuses. You don't want to get caught with your products at the Amazon warehouse without having your photos and listing ready to go, because at that point, you're literally just paying for Amazon to store your inventory every month. So it does take a bit of organization and time management to stay on track, so you don't fall into those common pitfalls that a lot of new sellers are running into. So if you're expecting a 4-hour work week right off the bat, recalibrate your mindset because there's going to be a bit of commitment involved. And if you're still here with me and getting value out of this video, please smash that subscribe button down below for more videos with honest, up-to-date tips for your Amazon business. Reason number 4 why you might want to avoid starting your Amazon business right now is that you're looking for success right away. YouTube is full of Amazon success stories with people launching products that instantly become top sellers. And this brings me to a concept called survivorship bias. Survivorship bias is the logic error of concentrating only on a subset of people that have achieved success or have already overcome an obstacle, and ignoring those who did not. And a really famous example of survivorship bias is in World War II, when the US military studied the fighter jets that returned from combat. When they found that the majority of the surviving planes had bullet holes in the wings, the original logical answer was to reinforce the plane's wings to help avoid those bullet holes in the first place. But this was survivorship bias at work. The main reason why the surviving planes had bullet holes in the wing was because most of the planes that were shot in the body did not even return home. So bullet holes in the wings still allowed the pilots to return home safely. So at the end of the day, the military chose to reinforce the body of the jet fighters instead, which was the right call. And tying it back, I think Amazon YouTube videos are kind of similar. The likelihood of someone posting a YouTube video about their Amazon business failing is going to be a lot less likely than someone who wants to share their success. So naturally, when getting into these Amazon video rabbit holes, it feels like everyone is succeeding and that it'll happen right away. But coming in with that expectation is pretty toxic. And there are a lot of sellers out there who have failed because they were expecting that overnight success. And once they were met with an obstacle, they slowly lose steam and kind of fizzle out. And selling on Amazon is a serious business. So make sure you come in with the right mindset and expectation to help give you the right type of energy to actually succeed. And also, if you think about it, for new Amazon products, you're starting from 0 reviews anyways, so you'll need to build up your credibility at first. So I just wanted to keep it real with you. It'll take time, but it's absolutely possible. Just come in with the right mindset. Reason number 5 on why you might want to hold off on starting your first Amazon business is that you're not ready to take full ownership over things getting done. When you're starting your own business, getting stuck at a roadblock is not an option. The success or failure of your business is almost completely in your hands. And if you're not ready to take full ownership over your business, getting into Amazon may not be the right decision for you. You need to be prepared to have unexpected obstacles come your way, and getting used to being nimble and solving stressful problems that'll help set you up for success when operating your own online business. And even if you're not totally there yet, on the bright side, a full ownership mentality is something that you can start practicing in your own life as soon as today. One of my favorite ways to get in the habit of approaching things from a total ownership perspective is by planning the who, what, when, where, and how of all of my big projects. So for example, let's just say you need to figure out custom product packaging. Work on breaking the bigger problems down into smaller tactical steps that you can tackle one by one. For packaging, we can ask, who will be your designer? Where can I find a designer? What are the exact dimensions of the box? What style will appeal to your target customer? When will you need to send that final design to your supplier? And how will you be able to check that the packaging was printed correctly in the first place? And so on. So having a bunch of small, manageable tasks will help you stay on top of all the small details, while also keeping things a little bit more mentally sustainable. Having one huge task that takes forever, it feels a lot less motivating than getting a lot of small, consistent wins. So if you know that you can use some help here, try to get into the habit of going through the mental exercise to take full ownership of each of your projects day to day. So I hope this was helpful. These are my top reasons on why you might want to think twice about starting your first Amazon business right now. If you found value in this video, please smash the subscribe button if you're interested in more videos just like this one. Thanks everybody.